Municipal Court Judge.
Yes.
Second that motion.
Motion by Mrs. Zelinski, second by Mrs. O'Hara on the appointment of Aaron Jarrett, Jr., Municipal Court Judge. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mrs. Bottomoli?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara?
Yes.
Mr. Ogier?
Yes.
Mr. Zelinski?
Yes.
Mr. Vadeney?
Yes. Next item is alternate municipal court judge, and we do have a email that was sent in regards to Lloyd Garrity being the alternate judge for the municipal court. Is there a motion?
So moved, Mr. President.
Second.
By Mrs. Zelinski, and second by Mrs. O'Hara on the reappointment of alternate municipal court judge to Lloyd Garrity. Any other discussion? Roll call vote.
Mrs. Bottomoli?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara?
Yes.
Mr. Ogier?
Yes.
Mr. Zelinski?
Yes.
Mr. Vadeney?
Yes. Next item is municipal court administrator. I had kind of a question on this before we go too far ahead. What's the difference between the administrator and the clerk? Are they the same person? They're not. Who's currently the administrator of the municipal court?
Captain Murphy?
Captain Lafferty. And that's his position for the police department, and he, it's kind of by default, he becomes that position, so we still have to reappoint him then? Or is
It
it?
does say that in the ordinance, yes, I'm supposed to be.
So on the municipal court administrator, is there a motion to appoint Captain Lafferty?
So moved, Mr. President.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Zelinski, second by Mrs. O'Hara. Any other discussion? Roll call vote.
Mrs. Bottomoli?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara?
Yes.
Mr. Ogier?
Yes.
Mr. Zelinski?
Yes.
Mr. Vadeney?
Yes. Municipal court clerk, you have a letter from Darlene Bourget, from Ms. Bourget for reappointment as the court clerk. I know that she's been doing this since it began, and I know she does a great job. Not in the municipal court, though. So is there a motion to appoint?
So moved.
Motion by Mrs.
Second.
Bonioli, seconded by Mrs. O'Hara. Any other discussion? Roll call vote.
Mrs. Bottomoli?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara?
Yes.
Mr. Ogier?
Yes.
Mr. Zelinski?
Yes.
Mr. Vadeney?
Yes. Next item is the Veterans Advisor. I have no names on this. I don't know who currently sits in that position. It would be my hope as we start to fill some of these other, we'll get further down, boards and commissions and whatnot, that we at least get a letter from them stating
Yeah.
their willingness.
Absolutely.
I don't need a whole resume, but at least a letter from them stating their willingness, because you guys have seen it just as I have. We've got a lot of boards and commissions where we fill the 3-year terms and they leave after a year. I would prefer to see a letter coming from these folks, anybody. It doesn't even matter if it's for a specific position, just that I'd be willing to serve or help the town with something coming from anybody saying that.
Absolutely.
That would be my preference before we act on anybody, that we at least have a letter
Absolutely.
from the person saying that they're interested in serving. Do you have anything to add there on that veteran advisor?
I don't have a recommendation for you tonight, but I'm certain that I can before your next meeting, and with a letter of interest.
Thank you.
Financial President at the moment is David Tebow.
That's what I thought it was, but just if we can, I talked to you about this even with the probate judge and all that, and they all came in. Just if we can get a letter that they want to be reappointed, and that's great, that's all we really need to do. Something acknowledging that they want to continue or they want to serve. Item F, discussion by council board or action on town administrators appointments. Mr. Dombrowski.
Mr. President, for a 2-year term on the school committee to expire on 12/1/20, I recommend appointment of Mrs. Christine Sharis, former school committee member, school committee chairman. My appointment.
That does not need our
Just
vote.
no exception, are you accepting it, Mr. President?
So there's a motion to accept the administrator's appointment.
So moved.
Motion by Mrs. Zelinski, second.
Second.
Second by Mrs. Bonioli. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mrs. Bottomoli?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara?
Yes.
Mr. Ogier?
Yes.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Bagley?
Yes. Public Safety Director?
For the rest of these, Mr. President, just to streamline, I have a number of appointments, obviously, that I have 60 days to make under the charter. I don't expect to take that long, but I'll just summarize for you that tonight, so that I don't offend anyone along the way, put anyone at ill ease. I was simply advised that I intend to keep the Public Safety Director and Environmental Advocate as my own responsibility. And I will have an extended slate for you in the next meeting.
You've read the administrator that you will continue as Public Safety Director and Environmental Advocate. Your motion to accept? So motion by Mrs. Zelinski, seconded by
Second.
Mrs. O'Hara. Any other discussion? Call vote.
Mrs. Bottomoli?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara?
Yes.
Mr. Ogier?
Yes.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Bagley?
Yes. Item G, discussion by council vote or other action on appointments to town boards and commissions. First item is Budget Committee, for the 2 3-year terms that would expire on 12/1/21, and 2 3-year terms that would expire on 12/1/19. There is currently one person that is currently still serving on the Budget Committee, correct?
We have two who, well, actually three, because an appointment was recently made, that's James Rowe. We also have continuing members, John Wilbur and Phil Godfrey. So I am seeking recommendations for you, but unfortunately I don't have anything for you tonight.
So Phil Godfrey, does he need reappointment?
No.
Yes.
According to my paper?
He does?
Yes.
Look, his term.
His term ended December 1st.
Oh, okay, my apologies. Go ahead there.
Is there a motion to appoint Phil Godfrey to a 3-year term on the Budget Committee?
So moved.
Motion by Mrs. Bonioli. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Ogier. Discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Can we hold on that one? We have to tonight.
We have a motion and a second.
Well, second, something for discussion, yes or no?
Yeah, we're in discussion right now.
I would like to go over the candidate for the board committee.
I would support that.
I withdraw my motion to appoint Philip Kern.
The second withdraws.
I'll withdraw.
Motions have been withdrawn. On these, Deb, do you know which of the other 3 terms that are there that Mr. Rowe was appointed to? Do you know which one of those?
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
if I could make something half jokingly remark, I hope it's intended, that it's taken this way, that Mr. Ogier, that was one of your positions, right?
One of them.
Yeah. Do you have anybody in mind to fill your shoes?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Okay.
It was Mr. Ogier's position. Mr. Rowe's term expires December 1st, 2019.
Oh, that was Mr.
So
Ogier's position?
so he has
Okay.
right now, he currently has 1 year to serve.
Okay.
Mr. President?
Yes, sir, Mr. Master.
I have to say I'm disappointed in that. Mr. Godfrey served quite well in the past year as a new member of that committee, and failing to appoint tonight means that we don't have a quorum to be able to have, to start the budget committee in motion. It's very disappointing.
Noted, and we will do our best to get at least a quorum, because I know that they do need to start meeting beginning of January.
And they don't have a form at this time?
No, they don't.
We have two
We have
members.
two members.
It's not an easy.
Well, I realize it's not easy, but there were just a few things I would have liked to lay on the table, to be very honest. But it's to the point that's going to ding things, then I will do what I have to do afterwards. Restate them. Please, Mrs. Carver. You can't.
Can't make the same motion twice in a meeting.
Why not?
Consider.
You can't reconsider?
We never do it.
She was in the majority, well, we didn't vote.
I
didn't vote.
didn't even
You
make
didn't vote.
that.
You can't make-
I asked the question when it was through.
I don't believe you can take another vote once you already, can't take the same vote twice. It may be different because it's been withdrawn.
It was withdrawn.
So you can make the motion again because it's been withdrawn.
Thank you.
Maybe you should include the motion this time, the term that you want to fill, that you would select a different motion.
So earlier, we had a discussion about people submitting letters of intent to fill these positions. Did we get one from Mr. Gothard?
One was not requested from him, but I have an email confirmation of his interest.
So he expressed to you he's interested?
Absolutely.
Cool, okay.
I would like to make a motion to appoint Phil Godfrey to the 3-year term that would expire on 12/1/21 to the Budget Committee.
A motion by Mrs. Young, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Lucio. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mrs. Bottomoli?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara?
Yes.
Mr. Oshia?
Yes.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Vadeney?
Yes.
Thank you.
You notify Mr. Lucio.
Thank you very much for your point, Mr. Davis. Appreciate it. Questions, feel free to call. Sorry, we have a new puppy. I'm an old dog. God bless.
Next item is Economic Development Commission. 1 5-year term that would expire 12/1/23. I don't see any names.
Do not have a recommendation for you tonight, but we are looking. I have several folks who have expressed interest in different committees. It's been interesting to see how some of this flows. I'm going to be trying to shift some of that interest from one position to another, such that we find a home for all interested and capable, resourceful folks.
Next item is Historic District Commission. 3 3-year terms that would expire on 12/1/21. Entertain a motion. We have 3 names that are currently there. I know that I recently worked with them, and that board does a really good job, and they're on top of things. I'll make the motion that we appoint Dan Kuchar to a 3-year term that would expire 12/1/21, Jeff Harris to a 3-year term that would expire 12/1/21, and Christian D. Resendez to a 3-year term that would expire 12/1/21.
Second.
Second also. Motion by Mr. Zanni with a second by Mrs. Bottomoli and Mr. Malinsky. Discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mrs. Bottomoli?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara?
Yes.
Mr. Oshia?
Yes.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Vadeney?
Yes. Next item is Juvenile Hearing Board. We currently have 2 terms that would expire, 2 terms that are expiring, we can fill 2 seats. And we do have 2 names, and they currently serve on the Juvenile Hearing Board. They would both like to be reappointed. Is there a motion?
Mr. President, I'll make a motion to reappoint Mr. John Sullivan for a 3-year term, expire on 12/1/21, and Maureen Donnelly for a 3-year term that will expire on 12/1/21.
Motion by Mrs. Walensky. Is there a second?
Second?
Second by Mrs. O'Hara. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mrs. Bottomoli?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara?
Yes.
Mr. Oshia?
Yes.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Vadeney?
Yes. Next item is Parks and Rec Commission. That's appointed by the town administrator with town council approval. Mr. Yagowski.
I will recommend reappointment of Mr. Nangle, Mr. Burton, Mr. Marcelino, Mr. Rocher, Mr. Val, and Mr. Petty.
It's one name was.
We'll have to come back to that.
Okay.
You've heard the recommendation of the administrator. Is there a motion to accept?
So moved.
Second by Mrs. Bottomoli. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Zelinski. Any other discussion? Any discussion?
Mr. President, just that one, I believe, according to the clerk's note, is actually a council approval. So that's the recommendation, it's subject to your approval.
Okay.
So that's not the acceptance, that's the approval, that's the approval.
So is there a motion to approve those 6 names?
So moved.
Is there a
Second.
second? Mrs. O'Hara. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Mrs. Bottomoli?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara?
Yes.
Mr. Oshia?
Yes.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Vadeney?
Yes. Next item is the Personnel Board. There is a 1 3-year term that would expire 12/1/21 and 2 3-year terms that would expire on 12/1/20. We currently have 1 member who would like to be reappointed. We have 1 member that deceased, and we have 1 member who's been elected, so we have 2 positions and 1 person looking for reappointment. And that's appointed by the town administrator without approval.
And I'd ask you to continue this to the next meeting, please.
No action necessary. Next item is the Planning Board, 1 5-year term that would expire 12/1/23, and a second alternate for a 1-year term that would expire 12/1/19. And we currently have no names for the two of us.
Mr. President, just for clarification, on the board vacancies, it said an individual, I won't name, has resigned. But this is where Mr. Keene was nominated and unanimously appointed to that position for a 5-year term that would expire on December 1st, 2023. Just so it's in the record.
That's the problem.
What?
He was
That's not what was said at the meeting.
No, he was appointed to the term to end December 1st of this year.
Okay, so can we make,
Yeah.
okay, so I will make the motion. Richard, you up for 5 years? Sure. Okay. Okay, I'll make a motion to appoint Mr. Richard Keene
I
to
second.
planning board, full voting member that would expire December 1st, 2023.
Second motion.
There's a motion and a second under discussion. Can we do that with somebody that's already been appointed to the board?
Yeah.
You appoint them to the same board with a different term?
Yes.
Yes, and then the other,
And then that other position becomes vacant. Any other discussion? Roll call vote?
Mrs. Bottomoli?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara?
Yes.
Mr. Oshia?
Yes.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Vadeney?
Yes. So we still need 1 member of the planning board and 1 alternate.
I see Mr. Van Halen in the audience.
Yes, I do.
You see Mr.
He
Van
raised
Halen
his
in the
hand.
audience?
Get it out.
Next item is
All you
public.
need is to say no. Yeah, that's it.
That's all.
Second.
Sure.
What about the position that was just vacated by moving Richard Keene into that other?
Richard King was appointed at a prior meeting to go from December 1st of this year, so now you reappointed him to go 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I got
So
it.
they're currently full
Yeah,
board now.
Just the second.
Okay.
He's keeping his head down.
You're right.
Next item is Public Safety Commission, appointed by the Town Council. We have 1 3-year term that would expire. We currently have someone that is willing to be, or would like to be reappointed. He's currently serving, Sean Russo.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion to reappoint Mr. Russo to a 3-year term that would expire on December 1st, 2021.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. O'Hara and Mr. Oshia. Any other discussion? Roll call vote?
Mrs. Bottomoli?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Hara?
Yes.
Mr. Oshia?
Yes.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Vadeney?
Yes. Redevelopment Agency, appointed by the Town Council, currently 4 5-year terms that would expire on 12/1/23, 1 on 12/1/21, 1 on 12/1/20, and 1 on 12/1/19, which means there's 1 person serving on the board. Currently. Mike,
That's it.
my question is, what do they do?
Well,
Is it an active board?
it has been quiet, but there is, I was going to ask that you not take any action on these because the planner has, and the Economic Development Commission have considered, along with a meeting with the redevelopment agency members, to combine those two, to be able to expedite opportunities that have been a function of counsel we received from Economic Development Commission member Scott Gibbs. So I have to defer to the planner and get back to you with thoughts and recommendations on it.
So no action taken?
The objective is that there be overlap between the membership of the EDC and the redevelopment agency. So what we really want is, I think, 3 of the Economic Development Commission members to also be members of the redevelopment agency.
So take no action tonight. Next item is Sewer Commission, 1 5-year term that will expire 12/1/23, 1 5-year term that will expire on 12/1/22. We have 2 names, one we have not heard from, and the other one is a completion of a 5-year term, and he has agreed to stay on only until this current sewer project is done. Is that correct?
Mr. Hood is a registered professional engineer with decades of experience in utility design and construction, and